Metadata is data about data, right? That's the most simple definition of metadata, but in itself is constant, is dynamic, and is different. And most of the time, um, you don't see it within the native application itself. If you're looking at metadata for a Word document, metadata for Word document may have like the author, how many times you opened it, what's the duration of time it was opened, for how long, uh, when it was created, the last changes that were made, and maybe other information that you may include. Well, you have to like search for that information, right? It's not readily available when you open up a document, right? So that's what's meant, that sometimes the metadata is omitted from the native application. You just don't have it when you open it up. You got to search for it. And ExIF is short for exchangeable image file, right? And so EXIF. And so, like I was saying, it's metadata for pictures, and you can have all sorts of information related to like date and time, the picture was taken, or the geotagging information, right? The location of where the picture was taken, all the basic camera settings, descriptions, and copyright information, right? You get all this extra information from a picture, not realizing that you have this information, within the picture. Some tools that I have made available for you guys. One is ExIF tool, and what you literally do with this is just you drag and drop the image file onto the camel. Once you drag and drop the image file onto the camel, it's going to create a text document. So we can also have third-party tools to remove ExIF data. But the quickest way to remove ExIF data is just to change the format of the picture. So for example, if the picture was a JPEG, if I opened up the JPEG and I converted that JPEG to a bitmap graphic, in this case a BMP graphic, it would automatically remove all the related information to it. So this was an example. I took the JPEG file that we saw in the earlier slide that was originally taken. Yeah, it was originally taken in 2009. All that information is stripped. You don't see anything about Canon or the camera, the make and model, none of that information. Only the date that I did this. So when I converted the file, I converted in April of 2012, and that's all I see. I see no other information. So I basically lost all the ExIF data or all the metadata from that picture. So now it's kind of useless, right? So the quick and dirty way to do it is exactly like this. Just convert it to something else, and it automatically strips the data if you don't want to use a third-party tool, for that information. What I have you doing in the lab is we're going to take an image file and we're going to extract, the metadata from that image file. So in this case, is this image file 00570, and just basically, what it looks like a woman's hand holding an earring, right? Now you see this picture. The picture itself is the content, right? But what we want is the ExIF data, right? We want that metadata behind it. And so, for example, we'll get information like when this picture was taken. Maybe we might even get where this picture was taken, and what took this picture. Was it a camera? Was it a cell phone? Whatever, right? We don't have any of that information right now, right? So that's why I'm saying this is content, but we want the metadata. We want the information behind that picture. I chose a file and I opened up the same file that you see, right? Same exact. And we get this extra information here, right? The camera that was used was an Apple iPhone 4S. The flash was off. The date that this picture was taken, March 23rd, 2013, 9:20 p.m. It even gives you how long ago this was. So apparently this was 7 years ago, 6 months. The actual coordinates of where this picture was taken, right? The GPS coordinates, and pinpoint exactly where this picture was taken. Now that we have the actual coordinates, we can plug those coordinates inside Google Earth as an example. And then we can continue to zoom in. And this is exactly where the picture was taken. So it was actually taken in this building. I copied and pasted the GPS coordinates, right? And that's exactly what was shown on here. I went into Google Earth, pasted inside Google Earth, scrolled in, right, to zoom in, and same building. Now, of course, this picture was taken, I don't know, probably taken a couple of years ago or whatever, this one in particular. Yeah, see, I have to have like a transit worker on this one. Whereas in this picture, it was like, you know, like a couple, looks like a couple of women, see a bike, you know, out in front. So, you know, a little different, but the whole point is this is updated, so that's good. And if you look closely on the bottom right-hand side, it actually tells you this picture was taken June of 2019, meaning the picture on Google Earth is June 2019, right? Whereas the other picture that I had was sometime maybe actually 2018, so it was taken a year before that. What's interesting about this building is if you guys ever watch Mr. Robot, one of the main characters lived in this building, like on the show, lived in this building. So they did a lot of filming of Mr. Robot in this building. It even tells you how high, you know, you can probably gauge what floor this was taken to. The Kanye West picture. And on this, you see there's a headline information on there. We didn't see this in the picture, right? The content is picture. That's all it is. It's just the picture. But when we talk about metadata, all this extra information is inside this picture, but we don't realize that. We see here, Los Angeles exclusive, rapper Kanye West is sporting fresh cut lines in his hair as he arrives in his office. Additional information on this, copyrighted information. The credit goes to Backgrid, right? We have all this extra information on there. And that was the whole point of giving these two perspectives. No GPS information is on this picture. So we don't know where exactly the picture was taken, other than the information that the author put onto this picture, right? So they purposely put this information on there, right? So anyway, this is just showing you that, you know, ExIF data is not only, or metadata is not only data that, you know, that's put in automatically from, you know, from the device that's being used or from all the sensors of a particular device. It also can be put there on purpose, you know, such as this information, you know, for, you know, copyright information, just to make sure that, you know, these photographers get paid.